What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking you guys back in time to a couple months ago whenever I did the 5 things I love and 5 things I hate in Black Ops 3 Zombies. However, this time I'm going to be doing it in Black Ops 2. So if you guys haven't already seen that video, go ahead and check that out. It will be in the description below. I basically just talk about 5 things I love, 5 features, ideas, stuff they did, and 5 things like that that I didn't like, that I hated, disliked, thought were annoying, so on and so forth. So today I'm going to be doing that same thing, but with Black Ops 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and drop a comment down below if you guys agree, disagree, or your thoughts and feelings on any of these takes as well. With that being said, we're going to get right into this video. We're going to start off with the 5 things I love. Coming in at the first thing that I really do enjoy or like in Black Ops 2 is going to have to be the introduction of the bank system. Now, obviously everyone knows about the bank. It appears in Die Rise, it appears in Buried, and it even appears in Transit. Now, the bank feature is so nice. It allows you to store money you've earned throughout the game, extra points that maybe you don't need anymore because you're all set up, and it allows you to get them back out on a different map or at a different time. That way, if you do need points, maybe early game, instead of waiting all game, saving up, you can just hop in the bank, open it, and get as many points out as you like. All in all, it's a really useful feature, really cool little addition. You can use it in Buried and get set up really soon. It helps on a map like Die Rise that can be a little bit trickier for some people, and even a map like Transit that is, well, not good. You can still use the bank if you like. It's just there to make things easier and to help you store your money. And they actually even put the bank all the way into Infinite Warfare. If you guys didn't know, the bank is actually in Infinite Warfare. They did tweak it a little bit, so it's not as OP maybe as it sounds, but it is in there as well. But it is a really cool feature that they added, and I like it a lot. Coming in at number 2 on this list is going to go to something that has been very pivotal, very important in Zombies as a whole ever since it was introduced. That is going to be the addition of all buildables. Buildables such as buildable traps, buildable wonder weapons, buildable shields, all these things that are so vital in helping you win and conquer a game of zombies. In Transit, you have the jet gun, a buildable wonder weapon, tricky to get though, not the best. It is still very neat. There's the shield, there's the turbine. You got stuff like Buried where you have all these different traps, the head chopper, subsurface resonator, trample steam, so on and so forth. And again, of course, the shield, which is in majority of the maps. It is super vital. It is really nice. It is a really nice touch. And that stuff was just huge, man. It really just gives the game more to offer. Like, if you didn't have buildables, the game would have a lot less to offer. Now, I know a lot of times people don't just necessarily go out of their way to get some of the buildables and do these things, these traps and blah, but it is a really neat feature, giving you something else to kind of grind for, giving zombies kind of like a side little mission a little bit. Really and truly, I don't even know where this game would be at without the addition of buildables. They're amazing. Everyone loves them, and they're just a little extra thing that you can do if you like, and that's why they're on here. 3 on this list is gonna have to go to the introduction of my favorite perk, Electric Cherry. Man, I love Electric Cherry. I love the look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it. It's great. Now, it was introduced in Mob of the Dead, the DLC, and it's really cool, man. Everyone knows Electric Cherry. Everyone knows what it does. You know, you reload, and it provides an electric shock around you. Though it's not the most overpowered or even really and truly that great, I just like it, dude. The color and the design of it, I just like it. I like the name, dude. It's just cool. I don't have a huge reason for this one. There's no big important this is why, but it is dope, it is cool, and I do love Electric Cherry. Now, next up on this list, number 4 is gonna have to go to one of my favorite maps of all time, and one of the, if not the best DLC map of all time, Origins, man. I love Origins. You gotta love Origins. It was phenomenal, a phenomenal way to end Black Ops 2. The map was immaculate. You had so much. It had so much to offer. It was such a good finish, and it just left you craving and waiting and wanting more from zombies. It did. It was amazing. And granted, at the time when it came out, I was just but a little youngin', okay? And I was bad at zombies. And when I played Origins, as crazy as it sounds, I was like, ugh, this map sucks, dude. I was like, what is this? Everything's slow, the mud's slow, I don't know how to get these staffs. Like, the Panzer, like, I don't know. I was just like, this sucks. But as I became a grown man, I realized, hey, this map is one of the best of all time. It is just such a good finisher for a phenomenal game in Black Ops 2. I love Origins. I think everyone really likes Origins. I don't know anyone that hates it. It was just the perfect end/addition to Black Ops 2. Now, lastly on the things I love about Black Ops 2, number 5 is going to go to the alternate game modes. Now, nowadays, these are really slept on, something that people don't normally do. The game's pretty old. They're not populated. Can't really do them. But back in the day, having things like Grief on Mob of the Dead, on Buried, and having Turned were super unique and really interesting. And I think all in all, they were pretty good. And I think back in the day, I could be wrong about this, but I think we might have took them a little bit for granted. Just a little bit. I know back in the day, I didn't play them a whole lot, but it was always fun when I did, and if you were with friends especially. Now, one of the things I really loved doing on Grief was, it never worked, obviously, but we were like, imagine if we had all 8 people, but instead of fighting against each other, we were on a team. We'd get like around 1,000, and it never worked out like that, obviously, but still super cool. Anything, I think changing it up with the different game modes is always a good thing. That's why zombies nowadays, with Outbreak and the way they're kind of going, I don't necessarily hate it like everyone else does. Now, obviously, we're still going to get round-based zombies, so on and so forth. I'm going a little off topic. But yeah, the alternate game modes, things like that, super cool. Grief and Turned, slept on. Turned, someone's a zombie, and you basically kill that person, throw the meat at them. I mean, it was a fun little time. You could hop on there and have fun with your friends. But I did appreciate it, and I think it worked for what it was. And it's kind of a shame you can't play them as much now. But yeah, those are the 5 things I like. Now, we're going to get right into the 5 things that I dislike. I find annoying, that I wish would be a little bit different. Coming in at number 5 on this list is going to be transit kicking off the game. Now, I know a lot of people do like transit, and I know a lot of people have love for it, and a lot of people like it. And in hindsight, transit was such a bad idea. Not a bad idea, but it was executed so poorly, and it is just such a bad map. At the time, transit was, oh my god, there's a bus, there's different routes, this and that, and it wasn't as horrible, but it definitely a hindsight thing, for me anyways. Transit's just awful, and it's really the weakest introduction to a game. Something like Black Ops 1, when you have Kino der Toten, Black Ops 3, you have Shadows of Evil, even Black Ops 4, I mean, okay, I won't say all that, but still, they're all pretty solid, and then transit is just so lackluster, and not the strongest way to start the game off. I wish maybe they would have waited and put it as a DLC, and maybe had more time to work on it, maybe more time to fix a few things. Didn't happen, but it is what it is. This kind of leads me right into my next point. This is going to be point number 2, lackluster base maps. Now, we know transit, and town is cool, I'll give you that, but like, farm, bus depot, I feel like it's okay, but at the same time, it's a little bit lazy, right? Because you're just taking one map and splitting it into 3 different maps. I mean, I get it. It works, right? But at the same time, it's just a little bit lazy. I would have rather have them had maybe transit and then just another survival map on its own, like just a fully realized new thing with transit. I feel like that would have maybe went over a little bit better, because no one's really playing bus depot, no one's really playing farm, so I feel like the start of Black Ops 2 Zombies wasn't as strong as it should have or could have been. Yeah, that's just my opinion, that's just what I think, and I'm sure some people disagree, and that's fine, but that's just how I feel. Now, next up on this list, number 3 is gonna have to go to Who's Who. I hate Who's Who. Pretty trash perk. It's on a mid map. I just don't like it. I feel like it was kind of a waste. I feel like they could have done a lot of cooler things with perks. I feel like that one was very unnecessary. Though I don't use it, and I don't know many people that do. Can it be beneficial to you? I guess. It's a perk. It's not going to hurt you. But just give me Quick Revive, man. I'll just take my chances with Quick Revive and call it a day. But Who's Who being introduced in the game, kind of like a slap in the face, really, for me anyways. I'm not a fan, and yeah, who's who? Number 3. Number 4 is something that a lot of people won't agree on. It's a weird take, okay? And again, I know it doesn't apply as much nowadays, hardly any, if at all, but the introduction to having a ranking system for zombies, it was super neat, and I did like it. However, I feel like it did ruin the online experience just a little bit. If you are a solo or even duo going into online games, just trying to find public lobbies with people to play with, a lot of times, man, they'd be leaving before the match even started. Same with Black Ops 3. If you didn't have that shotgun rank, or if you didn't have blue eyes, or if like you were just a bone, then people wouldn't want to play with you. They would just automatically assume, okay, this guy sucks, let me get out of here. I kind of hate that. Again, I like ranking systems, and I'm glad they're in the game in any way or shape or form. You know, I don't mind them. It doesn't bother me, but I know back in the day, and even still to this day, it's like that in any zombies, any multiplayer. Like, you know, no one wants to play with low-level people, this and that. And I wish there was a way for other people not to see it in the lobby, maybe, though you can see it or something. I'm not sure how I would do that. But in Black Ops 2, it really made it hard. And I remember making it hard, because if you were the bones rank, or if you didn't have them blue eyes and the 5 tally marks and then knife in the skull or nothing like that, they weren't vibing with you, man. They weren't vibing with you, and that's okay. But that's just my little opinion. So yeah. All right, now lastly on this list, coming in at number 5. This one is important. This one is very important to me, and it is going to be the standard it created. Now, when you think about zombies and peak zombies, majority of people are going to go to Black Ops 2. Majority of casuals are going to go to Black Ops 2. Majority of Call of Duty fans are going to go to Black Ops 2. Is that the correct answer? I don't think so. It's not a bad answer. It's not the one I'd give, though. But what I mean by the standard it created, with the DLC maps moving forward, with the burieds, the Mob of the Deads, the Origins, it created a high standard. Very high, super high. The standard was set, and zombies basically from this point on is always going to be compared to Black Ops 2. Granted, these maps are old. It's been years later, over 10 years or something. I don't even know. It's a long time. And still to this day, you're going to have the comparisons like, this ain't as good as Black Ops 2. I mean, you're going to hear it no matter what. So I think it's suffering from its own success in ways, but at the same time, a lot of it has to do with the people who are playing them. The standard is high. Obviously, it was good. There are lows and there are highs. I think the standard it set was well-deserved and proper. I think the standard should have been high for the next Zombies games coming out. But we're over 10 years later. I feel like it's not the standard anymore, in my opinion. And I feel like there's not really a standard that stuff needs to be up to. I'm a big advocate for just having zombies in Call of Duty in general. I know some of them can be lackluster, not as fun, this isn't that. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, I'm looking at you. But I think the standard it's set is a little insane, because you can't talk about zombies without being like, well, Black Ops 2 is better. And I think it's a little nuts. So I do hate that, because sometimes I feel like it doesn't give other Call of Duty zombies experiences a chance to shine in their own way, and I really hate that. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. It kind of makes sense to me, so that's all that matters. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Just a brief little description. If you want me to get more into the standard and what Black Ops 2 has did to zombies as a whole, good and bad, let me know down below, because I feel like I could make a really interesting video on that, and I kind of want to. Make sure you leave a fat old like if you enjoyed the video, and sub to the channel if you are new. If you stay this long, I appreciate it. Thank you, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.